So I am an author myself. I've written 13 books the old-fashioned way, that is by hand. And by hand I mean, computer, whatever, but I didn't use AI or a ghostwriter to do it. I've been in the book industry for over 15 years and I run a company for book publishing and marketing. So the question, how do I market my own books, should be a good one that you would appreciate the answer to given my experience. So let me tell you and be brutally honest with you about the expectations. I've written 13 books myself. So 13 books over the period of, let's say 15, 20 years, something like that. Actually, I wrote my first book in 2004. So yeah, it's been about uh, 21 years. If my math is correct. Uh, so the brutally honest truth is, even though I have so much experience with book marketing and writing, only two of my books do very well. About a few of the books do uh, fairly well, and the rest, I'm lucky to sell a couple copies per year. Hello, my name is Bo Bennett. I have a PhD in social psychology and an undergrad in marketing. For the past 15 years or so, I've been helping thousands of authors publish and market their books. And I can do the same for you through our company, BookMarketing.pro. That's right, a couple copies per year. So it's and it's not completely the book's fault. Like I could point some of the fault in my direction. I didn't write these books because I wanted to create bestsellers. I didn't have the financial goal in mind for these books. These books were really books of passion. I had a message I wanted to get out. I had a story inside me that I wanted to get out. I had some comedy. I had some logic, critical thinking, whatever. And that's why I wrote these books. So I wasn't looking at a market, looking for a niche, and then thinking of a book to fulfill that. I did it the other way. I said, okay, this is what I know. This is what I want to tell. So I'm going to write the book. Who cares what the market is? Let's see what happens. So with that approach, that's why I have more than half my books that don't do well at all, and a few of the books that do fairly well. Again, depending on how much you consider fairly well, how much per month, and then one book that does extremely well, and another one that does somewhere in the middle there. So I guess the question you have to ask yourself is: are you focusing on the market, and is that your goal to make money, or is your goal to get out the message? If your goal is to focus or to make money, then yes, you got to focus on the market. You really got to do some good market research. You got to look at the books that are available, the category, the price points. You got to see um, who are the authors in the category that you're going after. Are they extremely well known? Are they kind of nobodies that just happen to have a good book? In which case, your chances are a little bit better. So many factors go into it if you are looking like strictly to make money off of your books. But for the most part, in my experience, most authors are not doing that. They're just looking to get out a message that they have. So, what are some suggestions I have? Well, start with about $250 in promotion for your book. If you go too much more than that, you're probably dropping a lot of money into a book that's not going to do well. So when I come out with a new book, that's what I usually do. 250 bucks. That's enough to have a really good sample size and understand if this book is going to catch on organically. Usually after 30 days, I have a pretty good idea. After 60 days, I have a much better idea. And if I do see some positive activity with the book, and it is catching on, and people are talking about it and writing about it and posting about it, then that's the time to drop a lot more money into promotion. If you see nothing happening, no books being sold, nobody leaving reviews, then your book is probably one of those that is just going to be a book of passion. And you should just be happy that you wrote it and you got it out there for people to read, future generations, even if not a lot of people buy it. So that's kind of my overall suggestion, and just to give you an idea of how I market my books and the way that I do it. Again, I just want to really hit on the point that I don't drop tons of money into the book when I write it, just enough to get a good sample size to see if the book's going to catch on organically. And then I'll drop more money in it. Or if I don't see that the book is actually catching on, I'll just kind of forget about it and focus on the books that do make money and marketing those books and promoting those. So that's how I market my own books. And I hope you follow that model because it should work for everybody. Take care.